Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Joe Poole, and I'm the director of the Sixth Form Centre here at Hugh Baird College. I'd like to welcome you all and thank you all for joining us for our first ever Get Ready for Sixth Form College event. It's an online event because what we would usually do around this time of year is invite all of our applicants in for something called a New Starter Day. And that would give you the opportunity to spend a day in college and sort of see what it's like to be a student here at the Sixth Form Centre. But for obvious reasons, we're not able to do that this year. And what I didn't want to do was for applicants to miss out on the opportunity to find out more about what it's like to be a student here at the Sixth Form Centre. So we decided to run with this Get Ready for Sixth Form online event. And I really hope that you find it useful. Some of you will be watching this live, and that's great, but some of you will be watching this back as a recording. And again, I hope you get a lot from it, and hopefully we can answer any questions that you might have ahead of your start date in September. The broad aim of this afternoon is really to give you an insight into what your time here would be like. So your 2 years with us, what that would look and feel like, but it's really an opportunity for you to ask us any questions. And you'll have the opportunity to ask me questions this afternoon. I'm going to shortly introduce you to my senior curriculum lead, so you'll have the opportunity to ask them questions. You'll have the opportunity to ask questions about student services and how we support students. And also you'll be able to ask questions to subject teachers as well if you've got any subject specific questions. So we've got a lot planned over the next couple of hours. We've tried to cram as much as we possibly can in. So broadly speaking, what's going to happen is I'm going to kick things off very shortly and tell you a bit about the college. I'll then hand over to my senior curriculum leads, and they're going to tell you, they'll introduce themselves. They'll tell you about their role, about the subjects offered within their faculty, and they'll also talk through some other opportunities that you might get if you choose subjects from within their faculties. You'll also be introduced to somebody called Julie, and she will talk you through the range of student services and student support provisions that we have in place. So Julie will introduce you and take you on a tour of the pod. And you'll have a panel Q&A with myself, senior curriculum leads, and Julie, and that's the opportunity to ask us anything about the college or what it's like being a student here. And then this afternoon, you will have the opportunity to speak to subject teachers. I'll talk you through next steps, and there's some videos that you can watch and some information that you can access through our online student portal. So like I said, we've got a lot planned, and I hope you get a lot from it, and I hope you enjoy it. So before we go into all of that, there's 5 things really that I want to talk about at the start of this event. And the first thing I want to talk about is a bit of the history of the college, so you're aware of that. I then want to move on to talk through what we offer, so there's absolute clarity for everybody watching, whether that's live or watching this back. I then want to introduce the concept of a study programme. And what I mean by that is really talk you through what you'll be doing over your 2 years and what a weekly timetable might look like. I then want to touch on what we expect from our students, because we do have very, very high expectations. So I want to share them with you from the off, and that's something that we'll pick up at induction. And then I want to finish by just talking through some opportunities that you might have over the next 2 years and touching on the student experience, because being part of a sixth form college is about much more than just getting your A-level or your BTEC results. So with that in mind, I'll start with the history of the college and just a little bit of background. The building has been here for 11 years. It was built 11 years ago, and it was formerly South Sefton Sixth Form College. Now, in December 2017, South Sefton Sixth Form College and Hugh Baird College merged. And what that meant was, from that point onwards, this site was known as the South Sefton campus of Hugh Baird College, and is now the sixth form centre for the college. Now, I joined the college shortly after that in August 2018. And my view is very much that we are a sixth form college. We have a sixth form identity, and we are here for young people in this area who want to access their A-levels or BTECs, who want to go on to a higher level apprenticeship or university, but want that sixth form college experience without having to travel too far, or maybe don't want to stay on at school for their school sixth form. In terms of what we offer, we have quite a lot on our curriculum in terms of A-level subjects and BTEC subjects. So we are able to offer 26 A-levels. And you'll hear about all of those A-levels today from senior curriculum leads and through the subject videos that you're able to access. And the subjects there that you would expect to see, you know, traditional subjects like English, maths, science, humanities. But the beauty of going to a sixth form college with a breadth of curriculum is that you can pick new subjects that you maybe not studied at GCSE, but that you have an interest in, or you want to go on to progress to at university or in the world of work. So subjects, for example, I won't list them all, but subjects like law, criminology, psychology, sociology. And so today's about finding out about those subjects and what you're willing to commit the next 2 years of your life to. We do also offer 4 BTEC subjects, which again you will hear about today, and you'll have the opportunity to ask questions about those subjects. And we do offer hinted at it before, but a diploma in criminology as well. So what that means is students who join us for 2 years are either in year 12 or year 13, and they will pick 3 subjects and study them over 2 years. So a lot of students are studying 3 A-levels, some are doing a blended study programme of A-levels and BTECs. But that is essentially what you will be signing up to over the next 2 years in terms of curriculum delivery. In terms of what else we offer, we do also have something called an Access to A-levels programme. And this is for students who've narrowly missed out on our entry requirements. I'm sure you're aware that sixth form colleges do have entry requirements. I mean, if you narrowly miss out on them, we are able to offer something called our Access to A-levels programme, which is where you would be with us for a year, you'd increase your GCSE grade profile, and all being well, you would go on to an A-level study programme the following year. Now, I've already mentioned the phrase study programme a couple of times, so let me expand on that and talk to you about what that means. Because studying at a sixth form college is about much, much more than just doing 3 subjects and getting 3 grades and going off to university, apprenticeship or employment. And I'll talk about the student experience element of that very shortly, but there will be more on your weekly timetable. So in addition to your 3 subjects, so you will have 3 subjects, 5 hours per week per subject. So that makes a total of 15 hours per week in terms of curriculum contact time. So already that's a lot on your timetable, and there is a lot expected of you outside of the classroom as well. But in addition to that, you will have a weekly personal development session. And this is a weekly session with your personal tutor. So you will be assigned a personal tutor from induction, and you'll meet every week with your personal tutor. And it's a chance really just to catch up and touch base. But your personal tutor will be there to support you. They'll run you through some key messages and tell you about some key opportunities that will be available. But then there will be a session with everybody else in your personal tutor group that looks at some element of personal development. So, for example, that might be looking at university applications. So that's something that you do every week, that weekly personal development session. In addition to that, so alongside your curriculum sessions and your personal development session, you will also have the opportunity to pick up additional qualifications. So this is something else that you can sign up to that you can add to your CV, to your UCAS application, to your apprenticeship application to really sell yourself. So that might be something like we offer additional qualifications in core maths. So that's the equivalent of half an A-level. Now that might be for students who are studying A-levels or BTEC subjects where there's a lot of maths in there, a lot of numeracy, but they're not actually taking A-level maths. So, for example, you know, if you're studying economics or accounting or business, you might find that core maths helps you in those subjects, and it also gives you an additional half an A-level, which might look good if you're applying to university or jobs at the end of the 2 years. You will also have the opportunity to take additional qualifications such as the EPQ, which stands for the Extended Project Qualification, and that's something that universities really do like because it's essentially a 3,000 word research project on a topic of anything that you want, literally anything that you want to do. And you can go away and research that topic and put together a 3,000-word essay or a project of some description, and you develop research skills and essay writing skills. And again, it's something that universities look upon very favourably. So that's something that you can get involved in. And again, that attracts UCAS points, and is the equivalent of half an A level. We also offer something, we're one of the only colleges in the country that offers something called the Microsoft Office Specialist Qualification. We shorten that and call it MOS. And this is an opportunity for you to become a specialist in Microsoft Word, in Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint. And again, it is a qualification that's nationally recognised. And again, it's something that would be very, very useful if you're planning on progressing to university, apprenticeship or employment. But that concept of the study programme is something that we're very big on. And what I want you to know from day one really is that it won't just be a timetable of 3 subjects. It will be personal development sessions, additional qualifications, and there will be enrichment opportunities within there, work experience and volunteering opportunities, and I'll touch on those in a second. I firmly believe that coming to this sixth form, I believe it's a great place, and I think students get a very good experience and a very good deal. I'm just going to list some of the things that make me think that. We do have a fantastic building. Like I said, it's only 11 years old, which in building terms is quite young and quite new. It's very much state of the art. We offer all those subjects I alluded to earlier, so we give you a great deal of choice. Our teachers are all subject experts and subject specialists, and we give you 5 hours per week with those teachers, and they're absolutely fantastic, the body of teaching staff here. And we do give you a lot of opportunities within lessons and outside of lessons. So things like trips, visits, guest speakers, those additional qualifications that I was talking about earlier. And probably most importantly is we support you from an academic perspective and an emotional perspective, because, you know, being 16, 17, 18 is difficult, particularly in the current climate. So I think we give you a lot, and I'm really proud of what we give you, and I'm really proud of what we're doing here. And all we ask for in return, in terms of our expectations, is we operate on an ABC policy. So we say to students that we will give you all those things, all those opportunities, and all we expect in return is ABC. The A stands for attend punctually, the B stands for behave appropriately, and the C stands for commit fully. So if we have a student, if we enrol them for 2 years on a study programme with us, and they attend all their lessons on time, they behave in a manner that's appropriate for a sixth form college, and they commit fully and give their best both inside the classroom and outside of the classroom, we are very, very confident that we can get you your target grades and that we can help you to progress to university, apprenticeship or full-time employment. And our data and our statistics would show that, because our data shows that in the last 2 years, we've been in the top 10% nationally for A-level progress. So if students are willing to work with us, we will absolutely get you to where you want to go to. And I've sort of mentioned it a few times, but I'll just build on some of the opportunities that we'll give you outside of the classroom, and touch on a little bit about the student experience, because that's a really important part of your sixth form journey. So in terms of part of the experience, we will really encourage you and really help you to meet new people. You know, that is such a big part of being a sixth form student. And we will have in and around 500 students based at this campus from September. So there will be that opportunity to meet new people, make new friends. And within that, whether it's with your friends, through your subjects, or through the other things that we offer you, there will be lots and lots of opportunities to try new things and develop new skills. Our job really is to get you ready for your next steps. So, you know, there will be lots of opportunities that come your way. There will be lots of trips and visits and guest speakers throughout each subject offered, because what we want to do is try and bring the subject to life. And there will be opportunities to work with us to try and find things like volunteering placements, working with NCS, working with Liverpool University as part of their Scholars Programme. We have opportunities with Career Ready, who are an organisation who can help you find work experience and voluntary work and can provide a mentor. So in addition to those 3 subjects that you'll be doing, in addition to the personal development stuff, you know, I really do think that you will enjoy being here, and there will be lots of opportunities. It really is a vibrant campus. Our students are fantastic. They're very welcoming. And we've really set the campus up so it's a nice, friendly, warm environment for you to spend your days. And like I said, to enjoy that 2 years that you're with us. Okay. I'm going to pause there for a second, and you will be hearing from me later. So you'll be seeing a lot of me today. But I'm going to hand over now to my three senior curriculum leads, and they're going to talk to you a bit more about their role and subjects available within their faculty. So I'll hand over to them now, and I'll be back with you later.
Hi, my name is Sally Porter. I'm the Senior Curriculum Lead for the Faculty of Business, Humanities and Social Sciences. Within that faculty, there's a wide range of subjects, including sociology, criminology and law, history, geography, philosophy, politics, accounting, business studies, economics and IT. So as you can see, it's a wide range of subjects, including some of the traditional academic A-levels and also some of the more modern vocational courses. My role is to support the teachers who are delivering those subjects and also to support any of the students who are studying them. So you'll see me popping in and out of lessons from time to time. I'll also be keeping an eye on attendance and progress. But I have an office in the building where at any time, if any students want to come and have a chat about any aspect of their course, they're always welcome. As I said, it's a very wide-ranging faculty, and later on the subject tutors will talk more about the individual subjects, but I just wanted to mention some of the wider aspects that are offered by our faculty. So there are lots and lots of different extracurricular activities. If you study law, you will get the chance to go to New York, and as part of that, you go and visit the United Nations, you will go to Brooklyn Law School, and you'll also get to sit in on the night courts, which is always very exciting. You'll also get the chance to go to London, and as part of that visit, you will go to the Supreme Court, you will look around the Houses of Parliament, and actually get to sit in on some live cases. Students of geography will get the chance to go on field trips. Some of them are closer to home, some of them a bit further afield, and some of them are overnight stays. Students of sociology and philosophy get to participate in what we call our Faiths Day, where you go to different religious centres around the city. So, for example, you get to visit a mosque, the Buddhist Centre in South Liverpool, and also a spiritualist church. And in fact, we have had spiritualist practitioners come into college and deliver sessions with students in the past, which again was really interesting. If you study accounting, economics or business, you'll get the chance to go to Euro Disney. And the idea of that is that you look at Euro Disney as a multinational corporation, look at how the business side of it is run, the finances, but you do get to go on the rides as well. We also have lots of links with local universities. So, for example, students of history get to participate in an American Civil Rights Day at Edge Hill. We also have guest speakers come in from time to time. Last year, someone came in from Animal Aid to talk to philosophy students about animal ethics, the links to testing on animals and animal rights in general. That was very thought-provoking. We also had a visitor from Edge Hill who talked about the sociology of childhood to sociology students, and again, that really enhanced their learning. We also use a system called the Sutton Trust scheme. What happens with the Sutton Trust is they offer summer schools at some of the very top universities in the country, and it's been particularly popular here with our law students. And indeed this year, Caitlin Moat, one of our students of law, philosophy and English, managed to get herself a place on a law summer school at Nottingham University, and that actually helped her get an interview at the University of Oxford. So that was really valuable. In terms of success stories, there have been lots in this faculty. A lot of students do go on to study one of these subjects at university, but equally a number progress onto the higher level apprenticeships. One of our former students, Abby Bennett, completed her business studies degree and is now working for Amazon, has a very, very well-paid job in Amazon, and in fact they've also been paying for her to do a master's as well. Equally, University isn't necessarily for everyone, so we've had a number of students who've gone on to level 4 apprenticeships, and they've been working with top level companies such as DHL and Grant Thornton. So as you can see, it's a very diverse faculty. It caters for a wide range of subject choices. Hopefully you will now get the chance to listen to more information about subject-specific courses from the teachers, but if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Paul Fitzpatrick, and as well as being the teacher for A-Level Drama and Theatre Studies, I'm also the Senior Curriculum Leader for Creative Arts and Languages. The A-Level subjects offered within my faculty include Art and Design, Drama and Theatre Studies, English Language, English Literature, English Language and Literature combined, Film Studies, Media Studies, Spanish, and we also offer a Level 3 BTEC in Performing Arts. Now my role is to support both the students studying these subjects and the teachers delivering these courses to make sure that you are receiving a positive learning experience. You may therefore see me occasionally visiting your lessons and also be monitoring your progress. If you do see me about college, please feel free to say hello and let me know how you're getting on. Within this area, we have a team of excellent subject specialists whose sole focus is to support you to achieve your academic aspirations. As you may have noticed from the subjects mentioned, there's a wide range of subjects on offer, making this an exciting faculty to be a part of. This afternoon, you can have the opportunity to remotely meet your teachers and to delve deeper into the topics you'll be studying as part of each course. However, the opportunities on offer go beyond the classroom, with a wide range of extracurricular activities available, including trips, visits and guest speakers. Now, if you study drama or performing arts, you'll have the chance to go on a 4-night residential trip to New York, where you'll take part in a workshop, have a Q&A session with a Broadway performer and watch a Broadway show, as well as taking advantage of the amazing tourist attractions on offer. As part of these courses, there are also numerous theatre visits on offer closer to home. English students have the opportunity to visit London, which includes a visit to the Warner Brothers Studios, British Library in Bloomsbury, and the Peter Pan statue in Hyde Park. There is also a poet-based trip to Yorkshire. Media and Film Studies students get to go on regular cinema trips and visit home in Manchester and the Bradford Media Museum. And Art and Design students go on regular trips, including visits to galleries and exhibitions in Liverpool, Manchester, and London. In Spanish, there's a London trip to the Spanish school Instituto Vicente Canada Blanche, where students have the opportunity to join in lessons and see firsthand how a Spanish school operates. Spanish students have also been visited by guest speakers, including Carmen Herrero from MMU and Carmen Santos from the Spanish Education Ministry. In performing arts, guest speakers include a professional actor and dancer, and in art, we have a number of local artists visit our students and provide a range of workshops. There are also visits to universities to have specialist lectures related to specific courses. For example, the MMU Revision and Film Days on offer for students of A-Level Spanish. Now, within the Creative Arts and Languages faculty, the opportunities don't stop there. As a team, we want to prepare you for your future. So we have links with the local primary school, and English students interested in primary teaching or speech therapy can get experience working as readers with children in Key Stage 1. The work of our art and design students is entered for local and international competitions and exhibitions. And one example of this is the Sefton Young Arts Awards, where 2 of our students have won first prize in 2 categories, portraiture and abstraction. Also, performing arts students take part in the Sefton Now Arts Festival in order to promote mental health awareness for young people. This year, as a student within the Creative Arts and Languages faculty, you'll have the exciting opportunity to take part in the Arts Emergency Free Mentorship Programme, where you'll be matched with trained mentors who are also there to provide expert advice. Together, you'll work towards clear goals, exploring university and apprenticeship options. There have been lots of success stories from this faculty in drama and performing arts. We've had students move on to higher education at prestigious schools such as London Studios and LIPA, with one of our students, Sean Kennedy, going on to study musical theatre at the London College of Music. We also have some students that have gone on to open their own performance companies or moved into careers in teaching. One of our past students, Stephanie Ray, achieved an A-star in English language and an A in literature, going on to do a degree in English language and literature, including a year in Budapest. And she is now embarking on a master's in English language. We've also had students go on to study at Oxford, including Hannah Scaife, who read English, and Rebecca Murray, who read Spanish. We are proud of all of our students within the Creative Arts and Language faculty, and with current students doing amazing things to be proud of too. A-Level Film Studies and Media Studies student Connor O'Neill is a member of the team of filmmakers who have recently been announced as finalists for 3 awards, including Best International Short at the Buenos Aires Film Festival for their short film Blackbird. As a team, we achieve excellent results, and I'm confident that if you choose to study a subject within the Creative Arts and Languages faculty, you'll have a positive and fulfilling learning experience. I hope you get all the information that you need from today's event, and I look forward to answering your questions later on today.
Hi there, my name's Ruth Mead. In addition to teaching A-Level Chemistry at the South Sefton campus of Hewberg College, I'm also the Senior Curriculum Lead for Maths, Science and Health. It's my role to ensure that the quality of teaching and learning within the Maths, Science and Health faculty is good, and that you all receive a positive student experience during the 2 years that you are with us. You might see me popping in and out of your lessons throughout the year, or I may come and speak to you about the courses that you're studying. Within the Science, Maths and Health faculty, there are a range of subjects that you can study. These include A-Level Biology, Chemistry, Physics, Maths, Statistics, Further Maths, Computer Science, PE and Psychology. We also offer 2 Level 3 BTECs up to extended certificate level in Health and Social Care and in Applied Science. And on a Wednesday afternoon, as part of our enrichment programme, we also offer core maths. There's lots of opportunities to get involved in the subjects within the faculty outside of lesson time too. For example, every year we have students successfully securing placements on the Nuffield bursary. The Nuffield bursary scheme is a 6-week placement over the summer holidays where you will complete engaging hands-on research projects and have the opportunity to make meaningful contribution towards the work of a host organisation. This is a fantastic opportunity for you to apply skills and knowledge learned at college and to work alongside researchers and industry professionals. As part of this, you can also apply for a Gold Crest Award. In the last couple of years, we've had students work at Unilever, where they were looking at scents used in detergents, and we've also had some students working at the Neuro Centre at Walton, where they were researching different dyes used in brain scans. There's also the opportunity to compete in lots of national competitions. We've even had some of these running during the lockdown period. Some examples include the Maths Challenge, Biology and Chemistry Olympiads, and the Cyber Discovery Challenge. Every member of staff within the faculty will really try and help bring their subject to life and enrich your experience as much as they can through the use of trips, visits and guest speakers. This year, we've had talks from clinical psychologists, health workers and even a practicing cardiac consultant, just to name a few. Maths students have visited Manchester University to take part in problem-solving workshops, and students from across the faculty were given the opportunity to attend Body Worlds in London. After A-levels, our students from within the faculty go on to amazing destinations, including a mixture of higher education and higher level apprenticeships. For example, last year, Jessica Lamb, who studied A-level biology, chemistry and psychology within the Faculty of Maths, Science and Health, went on to read medicine at Hull York University. She's having a really fantastic time there and gets back in touch regularly. In fact, she actually comes back quite often to visit, where she helps support our Year 12 students with their applications to medicine. Ethan Hughes is another example of someone who studied within the faculty last year. He took A-level chemistry, physics and maths. Ethan didn't want to take that traditional route of university and decided to apply for higher level apprenticeships. He's now embarking on a really exciting career, having secured himself a place on the prestigious Scottish Power's Higher Apprenticeship Engineering programme. As you can see, there's so many opportunities for you to get involved in the faculty, whether you're studying just one subject or all 3 within the faculty. I'm really looking forward to meeting you all properly in September. But in the meantime, if you've got any questions for me, please do not hesitate to get in touch. and I'm really looking forward to answer some of your questions later on today. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Julie and I am one of the student service advisors here. And I'm here today to introduce you to the pod and some of the services that we've got available to you. The pod is our one-stop shop for all of your support needs, and we run on an open door policy, so we have it's just a drop-in basis. You can just pop in and see us whenever you need to. Alternatively, you can email any member of staff working here and book an appointment to speak to them. So what services are available to you? First of all, we've got our counselling service. So if you have any mental health issues that you'd like to speak to a counsellor about, stress, depression, eating disorders, anything that's affecting you in a negative way, and you'd like to speak to somebody confidentially about that, then we can arrange that for you. We have our own on-site counsellor. And there's a number of ways that you can access that. So you can either directly email the counsellor, you can come and speak to me in the pod, or you can speak to one of your own personal tutor, and they can make a referral through for you. We also have health and wellbeing support. So if you're looking at wanting to change and have a healthier lifestyle, if you want some ideas about food and nutrition, if you want to know more about how to stay safe online, or about knife crime, or anything to do with your health and your well-being, again, this can be arranged through our service. So you just pop in and speak to either myself or my colleague. We also have additional learner support based here. So that's for any students who might have a specific learning need, for example, dyslexia, dyspraxia, dyscalculia. And we would look at doing an assessment and looking at some additional support for that person. Similarly, with any medical needs such as ASD, autism, visual impairment, epilepsy, we would look at putting plans in place. So that might look like one-to-one in-class support. It might be that you have a one-to-one session with one of our learning support workers who would look at maybe essay structure for you, or organisational skills, for example. And then that also moves on if you had any exam concessions during your time at high school. So if you had a reader or you had extra time, again, you could be assessed for that here, and you may still get that those exam concessions for you to support you with your A-levels when you take your A-level exams. There is a box in your enrolment form when you do enrol. If you tick that box, that assessment will take place during the summer, and hopefully that support will be in place ready for you to start in September. Then it comes to me, and I am one of 2 student service advisors here in the pod. So we have my colleague who deals with bursary applications, and some students will be entitled to bursary, and that could look like a free travel pass or some free school meals. My colleague will also deal with UCAS application. That's when you're applying for university places. He can support with maybe mock interviews, writing a good CV, any careers advice that you might need. And again, that can be just as a drop-in, or you can make an appointment via email. And then my role here is more social and emotional support. So if you are upset for any reason, if you've had a fallout with friends or family, or you're having issues in your living conditions, anything around that I can support with. I'm also our on-site safeguarding officer, so I deal with any major concerns around safeguarding, and we use a push-the-button system here, which students can also, if they're concerned about a fellow student, they can make a referral through, and I will pick that up. Again, that's highly confidential, and that would be something that we would work around to support that young person. Both myself and my colleague also support personal tutors when it comes to your attendance and your punctuality. So we regularly monitor that, and we feed back to personal tutors regarding your attendance. So, taking you on a whistle-stop tour of the pod and giving you some examples of the services that are available. It's been a bit of an information overload, I'm sure. And I hope you found it helpful, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to me. Look forward to meeting you all in September. But now it's your turn. It's over to you guys for any questions that you might have regarding starting college with us in September. So we're going to bring back Jo, Sally, Paul and Ruth, and you'll be given an opportunity to ask any questions that you've got. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Julie. Yeah, thanks everybody for bearing with us. Like Julie said, this is the opportunity for you now to ask us anything, genuinely, any questions that you have about the college, about the campus, about subjects, about the way that we do things, about the way we can support you. Please feel free to ask. Now is the opportunity to do that. You will be able to ask subject teachers subject-specific questions later on, and I'll explain that once we've finished with this panel Q&A. So it's over to you. If you have any questions whatsoever, all you need to do is type them in the live chat. I will read out your name, I'll read out your question, and I'll direct that question to whoever is most appropriate to answer that. So over to you, fire away, and we look forward to receiving your questions. So we're straight in there with Izzy. Thank you very much, Izzy. You've been brave and gone first. Izzy has asked, I would like to study history at A-level, but I didn't take it for GCSE. Can I still take the A-level? Well, I think the person who's best off answering this is Sally, as she's Senior Curriculum Lead for Business, Humanities and Social Sciences. So over to you, Sally.
Okay, Izzy. Yes, for quite a few subjects such as history, geography, psychology, business studies, it actually doesn't matter if you've not studied them at GCSE. What we'd be looking to see is that you've got a genuine interest in the subject. So that would be fine.
Can I just add to that as well? I think something that I say a lot to students, we obviously have entry requirements, and I'm sure you've seen those on our website and our online student portal. But for us, what's really important is wanting to study that subject for 2 years and the reasons why you want to study that subject. So it might be that it takes you to university, it might be that it gets you the apprenticeship you want, but what we want is for you to enjoy that subject and have a real interest and passion in it, and that really does go a long way. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Izzy. We've got another question in from Kim. Thank you for asking a question, Kim. And Kim has said, do I have to wear a uniform? So I think I'll hand over to Julie on that one, and Julie can explain what our students do.
No, you don't. No uniforms required. It's just your own personal taste.
Yeah, and Kim, I'll build on that and say, you know, one of the big things that I like to get out there to students in terms of key messages is we are very, very different to school, and we're very different to school sixth form as well. And we make a real effort to try and A, prepare you for university, employment or apprenticeship, and B, treat you like an adult and let you grow and let you develop, and a small part of that is you come in your own clothes. So there is no school uniform. We ask that you wear appropriate clothing, but the majority of our students are in jeans and a t-shirt, jumper or hoodie. So yeah, feel free to wear your own clothes when you do join us. If there's any other questions, feel free just to type them into the live chat. We'll try and sift through them, and we'll try and get through all the questions that we can. The next one that's come through is from David. Again, thank you, David. Cheers for asking the question. David says, how many students are based at the South Sefton campus and how big are class sizes? So there's two parts to that question. I'll answer the first part and then I'll hand over to Senior Curriculum Leads to talk about class sizes in their faculties. So in terms of the South Sefton campus, we will at capacity have in and around 650 students. For September, our estimated numbers are around about 500. Now, that might seem big in comparison to your year 10 size or your year 11 size, but actually in comparison to other sixth form colleges, that's relatively small. And that's a great thing for a number of reasons. One is, you know, we get to know you really well. And I mean, everybody gets to know you, not just your subject teachers. But we also get to know what makes you tick, what makes you work, what your issues and your challenges and your barriers are, and we can support you throughout the 2 years. So we see it as a real plus that we are a smaller sixth form college. In terms of the other big benefit of that is that our class sizes are usually smaller than other school sixth forms and other sixth form colleges. So I'll hand over to Ruth in the first instance to talk about class sizes within her faculty, and then we'll go Paul and Sally.
Within my faculty, the class sizes can vary quite a bit, really, from 3 up to probably a maximum of about 20 students, probably averaging around about 12. Again, it varies on class to class, but the class sizes you'll probably find are quite small, especially in the practical subjects.
Thanks, Ruth. Paul?
Yeah, mine's pretty similar, really. I mean, again, with the practical subjects, the class sizes are usually quite small. Enough for these to work in groups and to be able to mix with a number of different students, but then moving up to more of the theoretical subjects, then the class size becomes slightly larger. But again, like Ruth, maximum about 20 in classes.
Fantastic, thank you. And Sally?
Yes, same for me. We have some subjects such as criminology, which we've just introduced. That's very popular, so those classes tend to be bigger. But again, that's a maximum of 20, and we've just brought in a new teacher as well, as it's a growing subject. And then some of the subjects such as politics this year have been a little bit smaller, maybe 6 or 7. I'd say on average it's around 12 or 13.
Fantastic, thank you, Sally. So something else I'll add there is in terms of our size. In my opening, I spoke about the student experience, which is crucial. You know, yes, we want you to get the best possible grades you can. That's what it's all about. But we want you to enjoy yourself and meet new people and try new things. And with us being smaller than a lot of the big sixth form colleges in the Northwest, that really does give you the opportunity to get to know every student. You know, yes, in your year group, whether that's year 12 or year 13, but 2 year groups do mix. So there's that real opportunity to start afresh, meet new people, and, you know, almost reinvent yourself if that's what you need to do. But we will really help you to settle in and meet new people and make new friends. Thank you. Keep your questions coming. Like I said, we'll try. There's lots coming in, so we'll try and get through as many as we can. The next question is from Edward. So again, thanks for your question, Edward. We do appreciate it. Edward asks, what support do you offer students who want to study medicine at university? And that's a brilliant question. I'd like to thank you for asking that. I think Ruth is best placed to answer that, so I'll hand over to Ruth.
Really good question, Edward. Yeah, we have a lot of students each year interested in studying medicine, so we do offer quite a lot of support for our potential medics. That includes things like we ask ex-students who are currently studying medicine back into the college to talk about their application process and their experience of university. So I spoke earlier about Jessica Lamb, who's currently at Hull York University. She's been into college twice this year to talk about the application process, and also later on during lockdown did a video call with our students to talk about how her first year's gone and how lockdown sort of changed her course as well. So that was really interesting. We go on medicine taster days at local universities. So we've been to Edge Hill for a day this year, where students also got to complete a first aid course as part of that. We have lots of guest speakers throughout the year from the medical world. So this year we've had a junior doctor and a cardiac consultant speak to students. We help with finding work experience at local hospitals such as Aintree. Again, slightly more difficult this year with the current situation. So we've also helped get some online medical work experience this year for our students. And we also offer some one-to-one support with students with the application process and providing some mock interviews. So yeah, lots to get involved in.
Thanks, Ruth. There's a couple of bits I'd like to add to that, really. The first one is, if you are interested in studying medicine, and lots of students decide that year 10, year 11, or even earlier, let us know that when you enrol. That's really, really crucial that you tell us that, because we will need to carefully look at your GCSE profile and sort of work with you to put in place the things that Ruth has just discussed. So please do disclose that when you come and enrol with us. And the second thing I'd like to add, yes, it relates specifically to medicine, but it applies to all students all applicants who are thinking of going on to university, is that quite unusual this, but we actually pay your UCAS fee. So when you apply to universities, the cost that comes with it's £23 this year, might be 24, but we pay that for you. And that's really unusual. Not many places do that, because we don't want finances being a barrier to students applying to university. You know, university should be accessible to everybody. We firmly believe in that, and we'll support you to get there, whether that's for medicine or otherwise. Fantastic. Please keep your questions coming. Like I said, all you need to do is pop them in the live chat. They'll come through to us and we will try and get through as many as we can. I believe the next question's appearing on screen, and it's from, which is all very exciting, it's from Molly. So thank you very much for your question, Molly. And Molly asks, when will enrolment be? That's a really, really important question. And after this, I'm going to talk about next steps and really guide you through everything. But really, enrolment will start from GCSE results day. So you should be aware by now that your GCSE results will be released on Thursday, the 20th of August. Now, you need to contact your schools about what they're doing for you to collect your results. Some might invite you in physically, some might be putting them online, some might be sending them out in the post. So please do speak to your school about their plans. But then we will be contacting you and asking you to book an enrolment appointment. Now, again, I keep saying for obvious reasons, but with the COVID-19 pandemic, we need to control the number of students we can have on site at any one time. And what we want to avoid is hundreds of students being on site at any one time. So this year, what we're going to do is something slightly different, where we give you some options in terms of days and times where you can come and enrol. And you will book that, and we'll tell you exactly what you need to bring, and then you can enrol from there. You may, just on that, you may have some friends who did their GCSEs last summer, so they've already got their grades. They will be invited in a day earlier. So if you do have a friend who's already got their GCSEs and they're invited in a day earlier, please don't panic. We will deal with those first because they've actually got their GCSEs. And we'll be enrolling for a number of days, so we'll give you lots of options in terms of your enrolment appointment, lots of different days that you can pick from, lots of different times, and you will be enrolled by myself, Sally, Ruth, or Paul. So hopefully you can put a face to a name and tell us you saw us on the TV. That will make us feel good. Thanks very much, Molly. We've got another question in from Laura. Laura's asked, what happens if I don't meet the entry requirements for an A-level? That's a really important question, Laura, so thanks very much for asking it. I'll kick things off and then I'll open it up to anybody else if they want to add anything. But I think the first important thing to say is we do have general entry requirements. So I always say to students that sort of opens the door to come into sixth form. And those general entry requirements are 5 GCSEs, grade 4 or above, including English language and maths. But then for some subjects, we ask for a little bit more. So an example might be if you want to study A-level maths, we would ask that the maths is higher than a 4. We would need that to be at least 6. Now, all of that information is within our prospectus, and it's on the online student portal as well. So please do look at that. Now, whatever your results, I would suggest coming and seeing us at your enrolment appointment, because if we can sort something out for you here at the sixth form, great. If we can't, we are part of a wider college, so there might be courses elsewhere at another campus that are of interest to you, and we can talk to you about that. So what I don't want you to do is open up your results and think, I've not got into sixth form, and not come and see us. Please do come and see us, and we can give you that information, advice, and guidance that you will need. But if you miss out on our general entry requirements, 5 4s that I was talking about earlier, like I said in my opening, we do have something called an Access to A-Levels programme. And that's for students who have just missed out on the entry requirements, who want to eventually do their A-Levels. And what we do is we say, okay, come and spend a year with us, improve your GCSE grade profile, and all being well, after you've had a year of experience within a sixth form, if you've improved your GCSE profile and you've developed those skills and you're ready for A-Levels, we would then put you onto an A-Level programme. So I suppose the easiest way to look at it is that those students would be with us for 3 years, 1 year on the Access to A-Levels programme and then 2 years as part of the A-Levels. I'm going to hand it over to anybody else if anybody wants to add anything. Fantastic. Keep your questions coming then. If you put them in the live chat, again, I'll sift through them and we'll try and get through them all, but there's lots coming in. So the next question that I've got is from Aaron. Apologies if it's Aaron. How do I apply for a bursary? I think Julie's best placed to deal with that, so I'll hand you over to Julie.
Okay, Aaron, so for anybody wanting to apply for bursary, it's all online now. We can look at getting a link, so it's just your application, there it is. That's how you find your bursary. So you just click on that, you complete the application form, and then you will have to provide some evidence. So it's evidence around your household income, so ask mum and dad or whoever it is that you live with, for if they're on receipt of any benefits, and they should have that list and they should be able to forward that on to support your application. Hope that helps.
Thank you very much, Julie. We'll move on to the next question. We've had a question in from Sarah, and Sarah said, can I change my mind about the subjects I choose? Again, there's some brilliant questions coming in, so thank you very much, everyone. Sarah, that's a question that I get asked a lot. And I suppose I'll start right back at the beginning. You know, once a student has applied, when you apply, we will have asked you to pick 3 subjects, and you will have all picked whatever 3 subjects you have picked. It's really, really common from that point through to enrolment that students change their mind. Now, sometimes it's a very subtle change. So, for example, it might be English literature to English language. Sometimes it's quite a different change because your vision has changed in terms of what you want to do. But what we really ask is that you spend the time, particularly over the summer, thinking about what you're willing to commit the next 2 years of your life to. Researching the subjects, you know, looking online, looking at the course content, speaking to people who've studied those subjects. If you've got any older siblings or older family members, or you know people who've been through a sixth form, and really investing that time into making what is a huge decision about the next 2 years of your life. But the short answer is yes, you can change your mind. What's important is turn up for your enrolment appointment and that you say, at this stage, I'm virtually certain that these are the 3 subjects I want to commit the next 2 years of my life to. There is an option to change courses a couple of weeks in, but we hope that there's not many of those, because we want you to make the right decision at enrolment. Okay, so when you come to enroll with us, that's the really important part. Make sure that you're clear on what you want to do and why you want to do it. We've got more questions in, but does anybody on the panel want to add anything to that?
I was just going to add that if you are unhappy on a course in the first week or so, it's better to speak out sooner rather than later. Speak with your personal tutor or the subject teacher, and then if we are going to have to make any changes, we can do it earlier so that you're not having to catch up so much work.
Yeah, I'd completely agree with that. And we say it a lot, you know, speaking about our basic expectations earlier, that's really the key to A-level success, particularly the attendance and the commitment. But what makes A-levels and sixth form and level 3 study much, much easier is studying subjects that you enjoy. And there's nothing worse than being 3 months in and thinking, this is the wrong subject for me, because we've got very, very little that we can do at that stage. So that's why it's really important to spend the time this summer thinking about what subjects you want to do, researching them, talking to people, and coming to us when you enroll saying, that's what I want to do, and I know why I want to do it, and I know what I'm going to be studying. Fantastic. The next question is from Jasmine. And Jasmine, thank you for your question. Jasmine has asked, what can you progress to when you complete a creative arts A-level? So subjects within the creative arts faculty, where would that take you? Where could you progress on to? So, I mean, I'll pass over to Paul, who's the senior curriculum lead for that faculty.
Cheers, Joe. Yeah, thanks for your question, Jasmine. I think, obviously, you can progress into university and careers within the creative arts sector. So I expect things related to drama or the media or on design, but also as well, these subjects really give you a good foundation to go into other areas as well. And there's a misconception that you can only carry on with creative arts subjects in the creative field. But actually, these subjects give you the opportunity to go and study courses such as law and business at university, and also to go and do careers in those sectors as well. So I think the skills in these subjects, such as communication skills, group work skills, that creativity as well, are really transferable to other sectors and other areas. So yeah, that's what I'd say. I mean, it's not really a definitive answer, but it really does open you up to a number of options, I think. Does anyone else have anything else to add to that one?
I'll just chip in there. Thanks, Paul. We're talking about researching what you want to do at A-level or BTEC for the next 2 years. That's crucially important, but you can start looking further afield because you might have a particular career in mind and you have to do certain A-levels. Now, what we don't want is you being 2 years down the line saying, I want to be whatever, and you've not done the right A-levels for that. So please do start. We don't expect every 16, 17-year-old to have their entire life mapped out. But if you do have an idea of what you want to do in terms of where you want to work or a particular career you want, start looking at university apprenticeships further down the line so you know what you should be studying at A-level. But what I would say is I have numerous friends who do jobs that aren't linked to their A-levels. That they just did 3 A-levels that they were interested in. They enjoyed the sixth form experience. Some went on to university, some went into employment, and, they're not linked. So, there is an element of being forward thinking. There is an element of looking ahead and trying to plan things out. But if you're not sure, but you enjoy education, pick 3 subjects that you enjoy. That is the fundamental key to it for me. Anybody got anything else they want to add? Any more questions? Let's have a look. Like I said, if you're just joining us, put your questions in the live chat. They'll filter through to us and then we'll select them and I'll read them out loud. Next on the list, we've got Rob. And Rob has asked, brilliant question. Rob said, I've not been to the campus before. What facilities are there? So thanks for that question, Rob. I think probably we can all chip something in here, but I'll kick things off. What I would say is that if you've not been to the campus already, there are some virtual tours on our website. So I would encourage you to take a look at those. There will be the opportunity to see the campus when you come and enroll with us. So make that known that you've not been before, and we'll get one of us to give you a walk around and you can have a look round. But from my point of view, I said it earlier, it is still a relatively new building, and we're very, very mindful that students spend a lot of time here. So we want it to be a nice environment for them. So you'll see when you do come that we've got 2 main student spaces, and we have a cafeteria, and you can get a free breakfast there of a morning. You can, it serves hot and cold food. It has TVs. It has USB charging points for your phones. And we invested a lot of money last summer in nice furniture so that there was a real nice feel for students. We wanted to create that sort of cafeteria, Starbucks, Costa, that type of feel. We also have what we call our student atrium, which is probably our main student space. And this is where students spend time in the morning, at break, at lunchtime, but also during their free periods as well. And it's a chance to have a catch up with friends. It's a chance to do some group work. It's a chance to sit and do some work individually. But again, we've invested in that area so it feels nice. A lot of nice furniture in there. We've got some lovely artwork going on the walls over the next few weeks. But they're our main student spaces. But we do have an LRC as well, and other areas in the college. So I'll hand over to other colleagues to talk through anything else they want to add.
Within the science department, there are 3 state-of-the-art labs. All 3 of them look brand new. There's separate ones for biology, for chemistry, and for physics, with all of the equipment that you would need for any of the science courses that we offer. We also have quite a large sports hall, where we have table tennis and badminton facilities within it. And we also have access to almost a brand new gym across the road as well.
Thanks, Ruth. Anybody got anything else they want to add?
Yeah, in my faculty, we have a number of kind of specific areas. So we've got a drama studio with fully equipped lighting equipment for performance space. We've got a fully equipped dance studio with the ballet bars, the sprung floor, the mirrors. Also in the media and film area, we have computer suites. And in art and design as well, we have a photography room. We have the art studio, and also we've got a kiln as well if you're interested in pottery. So there's a lot of great equipment there that you can take advantage of in and outside of lessons.
Fantastic. Thanks, Paul. Sally, Julie, anything else to add?
I was just going to pick up on, you mentioned the LRC, the Learning Resource Centre, and it's a lovely room to be in. That's like the library you would have had at school, but more grown up. And there's a really good range of subject-based books, but there's also a lovely fiction section as well of the classics, modern, contemporary literature, and some young adult fiction as well. There are also computers there, so you can go in and use them during your spare time. And it even has a lovely balcony that you can sit on in the summer outside. So it's a really lovely space, I think.
Thank you very much, Sally. Anything to add, Julie?
We are looking at getting a area. It's currently called the reflection room, so it's a kind of a quiet space for anybody who's feeling particularly vulnerable. So we are going to get that ready over the summer, so that should be a nice bookable place. You come and kind of have a chat with me, and we'll look at getting you in there for some time. So it's quiet, it's relaxing, some soft furnishings in there, just somewhere to go and have a little bit of you time, really, if you're struggling.
Thank you. I mean, just to bring all that together, I think the space, the building is something that we're all incredibly proud of, and we feel quite lucky, really. And the student feedback about the building is always very, very positive. You know, it is a really nice space to be in each day. We try and create a professional learning environment. So we want it to be welcoming for students. We want there to be lots of breakout areas for you to complete work. And you know, I think we've created that. And if you've not seen it, do have a look online, because there's some pictures and there's a virtual tour. But let us know at enrolment and we'll give you the tour before you join us for induction. But that will be a big part of your induction. Personal tutor walking you around, showing you every area of the college, showing you where everything is, and then you'll be free to explore on your own. Fantastic. Thanks, everybody. If you've got any final questions, please feel free to get them in via the live chat. If not, we'll start wrapping things up. Oh, sorry, I've just seen one come in from Zoe. Thank you, Zoe. Zoe's asked an important question about university applications, and Zoe has been asked, will I be supported with my university application, which is really important. Julie, I'm going to start with you, maybe if you talk through the work that the pod do, and then I'll talk through the personal tutor's role and UCAS more generally.
And again, you can just book to come and have a chat with him. So that will be the actual form itself they'll work on, and then it'll be support with your personal statement as well. So that's your support and statement that you'll need on your application form. But a lot of that is done through personal development sessions.
Thanks, Julie. Thank you. Yeah, Zoe, it's the majority of our students, when they get into year 13, want to go to university. So we begin UCAS applications around about Easter time of year 12, and approximately 70 to 80% of our students want to go to university. So we're very mindful of that, and we put a lot within our personal development sessions about registering with UCAS, filling in the application form, research in terms of courses and universities, putting together your personal statement, which is a big task. So we'll support you through every step of the way. But I also want to I suppose, just express alleviate any concerns that students might have if they're not applying to university. We will support you with apprenticeship applications as well, or finding gap years, or finding full-time employment, or even, you know, things like setting up your own business. You know, we will support every student to make sure that they've got a progression pathway and that they go on to something that they want to do. That's really important. Fantastic. With one eye on the time, we're going to wrap things up there. So thank you very much to those of you who've asked questions. Very brave of you, and we really do appreciate you doing that. What's going to happen next is we'll say goodbye to my colleagues, and I'll be back with you in a couple of minutes to talk through next steps for the rest of the afternoon and through the summer. But before I do, I'd just like to say on the subject of questions, if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to contact whoever's been on this panel. I know their email addresses are flashed up. Please feel free to contact our admissions team, and I'll talk to you very shortly about contacting individual subject staff. But what I don't want is any student sat there over the summer thinking, I wish I'd have asked a question, or I'd like to ask a question. Just ask away and we'll do our very, very best to answer. Okay, so thank you to the panel members. I'll be back with you in a couple of seconds and I'll talk you through next steps. But thank you to those of you who've asked questions. Back with me. I bet you're probably sick of the sight of me already. First and foremost, I hope you found it useful so far. It really is, moving on to a sixth form college is really a big part of your life, and it's very, very exciting, and we're all really looking forward to working with you. But I appreciate that you probably have got a lot of questions and there's a lot of unknowns. So in terms of what happens next, there's two things that I'd like to discuss. The first thing is what's going to happen for the rest of the afternoon. So I'll talk through that in a second. But then I also want to talk about what's going to happen after this afternoon in terms of the summer and enrolment, induction and next steps. So this afternoon, what's going to happen is we're going to share with you a link to our online student portal. So it's just flashing up now. So that, if you put that into your browser, that will take you to our new student portal for students who are interested in joining the South Sefton campus sixth form centre of the college. And within that portal, we've invested quite a lot of time and effort in getting that up and running. Within that student portal, you will see that for each subject that we offer, whether it's A-level or BTEC, there are things that our teachers have recommended that you could be doing, could be watching, or could be reading ahead of your start date in September. So that's really important. But what's new to that, because that's been there for a couple of weeks now, what's new to that, and something that we want you to do this afternoon, is that every subject teacher has recorded a short video talking you through what it's like studying that subject and what you will cover and the content that you will go through over the 2 years. So it's really important now this afternoon that you take the time to get into that new student portal, go on to the subjects that you're interested in, and yes, have a look around the things to do, things to read and things to watch, but probably most importantly is watching those subject specific videos. And then to add to that, even better, is if you have any questions about that subject, teachers now are sat at the computers, at the laptops, waiting for your questions. So once you've watched the videos, their contact details will be there. Feel free to email them any questions that you might have, and they will get back to you between 2 and 4 o'clock. So you've now got a 2-hour window where you can watch those videos and ask those questions. So I would really encourage you to do that. Because like I said, it is quite a new thing. It's exciting. It's a big step joining a sixth form college. You might be picking new subjects as well. So now's the opportunity really to find out a bit more about those subjects and ask any questions that you have about those subjects to the teachers who you will be working with for 2 years. So hopefully that gives you something to do for the rest of the afternoon, looking at those 3 subjects that you're interested in, watching the videos and speaking to those subject teachers. After that, what will happen is I would really encourage you to keep checking your emails regularly, because that's the main way that we will communicate with you over the summer. And what we will be doing is contacting all applicants to talk through our enrolment plans. But essentially what will happen is you will be sent a link to something called an Eventbrite booking, where you will book your enrolment appointment. So you will choose the day from Thursday the 20th of August when you collect your GCSE results. So we will be enrolling on that Thursday and that Friday and all the following week. So we will be able to pick what day works best for you and what particular time slot. Okay, and on that day, at that time slot, you will arrive at college at the South Sefton campus. You will be greeted and we will take you through our enrolment process. It should take around about 30 to 45 minutes. And what will happen is you'll fill in a form, we'll copy your GCSE results, and you will sit down with myself, Sally, Paul, or Ruth, and we will talk to you about what subjects you want to do, and we will get you signed up. After that, we will talk to you about your induction, because that's a really important part of what we do, and we will talk to you about when teaching starts. Okay. So just to recap there, because I think we've thrown a lot of information at you, make sure you take advantage of this 2-hour window that you've got now to get onto the student portal. Have a look at the things that teaching staff have recommended you should be doing, you should be reading, you should be watching. Watch the subject videos that they've put together, because that tells you much more about the course content and what you'll be studying over the 2 years. And it's a brilliant opportunity now over the next couple of hours to contact them, email them. If you've got any questions, anything you want to find out, anything that you think's unclear, ask them. Then after today, we want you all to enjoy your summer break, but I want you to keep checking your emails and we'll be in touch around enrolment. And then we really look forward to meeting you at enrolment and working with you over the next 2 years. So to wrap things up from me, I hope you found it useful. Please do use this next 2-hour window productively. But I would like to thank you all for joining us. Like I said, usually we would invite you all into college and spend the day with us, but we've not been able to do that. So hopefully this has been a good replacement. I hope you found it useful. I really hope that you all have a nice summer and we get some good weather. And I wish you all the very, very best of luck for GCSE results day. But I said earlier about contacting your schools. I would encourage you to do that so you know whether you're collecting your results physically or whether you'll be collecting them online or they'll be sent out in the post. And we look forward to seeing you when your enrolment appointment is. So thanks again for your time. Take care, have a great summer, and good luck with your GCSE results.